Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. To help keep this podcast free, we're partnering with Stoke Seeds. More than just a listing of vegetable and flower seeds, the Stoke Seeds website is a complete resource center with valuable information on seed starting, planting, and harvesting, plus all the gardening accessories you need to make your garden the envy of the neighborhood. Pre-order your free 2018 gardening guide today from stokeseeds.com, cultivating successful growers for generations. We'll have more to come from Stoke Seeds in the next few weeks. Now, on to today's question. Fred, we did get some email questions this week. All you have to do is go to the website and click on the Ask Fred button. It's planttalkradio.com, or, you can just email Fred directly, fred@planttalkradio.com.
Okay.
Megan wrote in this week, and she says, I have several plants that like a lot of sunlight. She has some avocado seedling, mints, and succulents.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what they're going to do once I bring them in for winter. She said they're in the house, but she doesn't know exactly what to do with them. She can put them on a window ledge, but she knows they also don't like any cold. So should she put them on the window ledge, or should she put them in the middle of the house with a light?
Well, I'm going to recommend she put them on the ledge with a light.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, because I have a somewhat similar display, and the succulents need brilliant light. Now, most succulents will handle down into the 40s without, it may stymie their growth a little bit and so on, but you won't freeze them or lose them because of being that cold. If you have thermal pane windows of any kind, yes, the glass is cold, but they don't radiate as much cold on into the room. That's part of their job. I use my windowsills on east and west, primarily east, though, for good full morning sun. And I've gotten along quite well with the orchids, the succulents. I grew an avocado for a 2-year period one time. And under those same circumstances, it went outdoors in the summer, back in and stood on the floor on a saucer. And, it was 2.5 or so feet tall, thin, it's pencil-like, but at the same time, it was doing fine. And I think Megan can have the same luck. If the windowsill is wide enough, I would keep the plant out toward the inside edge, maybe even just at the lip of the ledge, so that she gets the plant as far from the light as she can, the cold. And then, as with all plants that are lighted from one side, they will indeed bend and go toward the light. And if I have to, I'll go back through that whole thing about why plants do that. But each week, and maybe more often if she chooses, turn the plant. You can make it a 4-week cycle, a 3-week cycle, whatever, but do not let the plant just sit there, or it will indeed start bending over because light shortens the cells in the stem and so on. So I don't see any reason. Now, to supplement that, there are more than I've seen, but according to suggestions, there are some indoor lighting arrangements that are pretty nearly like daylight. Or I should say sunshine. So yes. And then I know one person that put up a kind of track light. They put 5 floods aiming different directions down on that. And it was the windowsill slightly extended with daylight. And then she could keep the lights on until, well, I think she said 11 o'clock. So they get for sure get 16 hours of sun. And I don't see any reason why she can't grow these things in there. Now, growing them, I would be more inclined to say that she can keep them alive and happy enough under these circumstances. But as far as growth is concerned, I wouldn't fertilize extra. I would not. As a matter of fact, I might not fertilize at all until March. I would not overwater. Wait till you think the plant needs watered, then check the soil with your finger and wait 2 more days and then soak it good, because you don't want to cause a rot in the roots, because everything is different indoors. So I'd say, Megan, go for it. These light tracks and other such things, anywhere from the sublime to the ridiculous in price, can do wonderful things indoors.
Thanks again for listening to the podcast. If you have a question for Fred, go ahead and email us, fred@planttalkradio.com. And for the best selection of vegetable, flower, and herb seeds available, go to www.stokeseeds.com. Pre-order your free 2018 gardening guide today from stokeseeds.com. Cultivating successful growers for generations.